Hey guys, my name is Vanya, the channel is RC Alley, and in this video I'll be giving you my thoughts on the Revtech X Factor 17.5 certified torque motor. So first let me give you a little bit of a backstory on what my motor situation was before. So 2 motors ago I had the Gen 3 Tekin 17.5. I was really happy with that motor. I tuned it on the analyzer myself and it was ballistic. I believe one of the locals here in St. Louis still uses that motor in his 17.5 car. After that, I moved on to the Reedy S Plus, which the S Plus definitely had more power, but it was a generation newer, so there's no surprise there. And on my Reedy, I ran 44 degrees timing, which is about 5 or so more degrees than what most Reedy drivers would recommend. So the 2004 stock national champion, Rod Rippey, needed a motor to go to Kansas City for a race and said, here, use mine, see how you like it. I mean, I played around with it a lot, trying to get as much power as I can, and I think I got it feeling really good. He tried the motor and for sure said, oh yeah, it's much better than I was running, it's creating some power, it's not overheating, so it's good. So we know now that the Reedy motor I was running is decent. It was pretty good for what it was. When a stock champion tells you that it's pretty good, it's gotta be pretty good compared to what he was running. So now that you know the little backstory of my motors, I just decided it was time to upgrade because we had this double couple layouts ago and it seems like the guys with Trinity motors were all doubling it for all 8 minutes of the main pretty much, where about halfway through I was struggling if I didn't carry enough speed to it. If I made a mistake at all before the double, I would not be able to make it. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to invest in a more expensive motor, see if it's actually worth it. Here's the motor installed in my car and it's pretty much standard looking like any other motor. However, it does seem to be milled out a little bit more. I assume that's for weight savings. It has no long screws on it, again I think for weight savings, but I'm not sure. It's got ceramic bearings installed, it's got shims, it's shimmed perfectly. So was it really worth the money? Was the performance that much better on the track? And simply to answer that, yes. It's smooth, it's got a ton of bottom end, it's got good mid-range, it's got good top end, and I did go with the torque rotor in there, so I mean, just coming out of the corners, the thing is a rocket. I'm having a little trouble with grip now, with side bite mainly, just because I'm used to getting on the power so early, and with this thing, I mean, it's got the power down low, so as soon as you touch the throttle, it's going. So overall, I've been super happy with it. I've been running it for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks now, so let's say 3-4 track days maybe, and I mean, there's just minimal fade. There is fade, and when people tell you, you know, in an 8-minute maid they had no fade, that's just not true. I mean, I guess it could be possible, but not with the equipment we're really running. It would have to be something crazy that's probably not, that doesn't even exist probably. So that's one of the most important things. You want the car to be as consistent as it can be throughout the 8-minute main. So would I buy this motor again? If I needed a 17.5 motor for a car right now, would I get it again, knowing what I know now? And the answer is absolutely yes. And if my 13.5 four-wheel didn't have, which is right here, if it didn't have enough power with the Tekin spec R that I have in it, I would have gotten one of these too for it. But I do think those 13.5 motors are pretty powerful. Even in a 4-wheel drive class, it's more than enough. I'm not losing any time around the track because of my motor, so I will leave it as is. But for my 2-wheel, I definitely needed an upgrade, and I made the right choice. The thing is ballistic. So I've driven probably the best lap of my life with this motor, and it was on power hungry track. Our current layout is very easy and very fast. So I definitely was losing time with my other motor because my car just wouldn't get up to speed on the long straight and in the sweepers and everywhere else coming out of corners. I just wouldn't be able to carry as much speed as other people because I didn't have the speed. So definitely a good upgrade, and yes, like I said, I would buy it again, and I'm very glad with the choice I made. Not only will a good motor help you on a fast layout, but on a technical layout as well. If you have a lot of jumps with short run-ups to them, more torque will obviously help the car get over the jump easier. So now what I'm going to do is play you the 10 laps I've driven on camera with this motor, and that'll be it for the video. Afterwards, the next time I'll see you is probably from the Winter Indoor Nationals here in St. Louis, the INS 10, a J Concepts race. That's probably my favorite race of the year. It sells out pretty much every year. It's capped at about 350 entries, so it's a very fun-filled weekend. Alright guys, if you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me out here, and I'll see you next time. Now enjoy the laps. .9. 13.5. 13.7. 13.8. 13.8. 13.5. 13.4. 13.4. 13.4. 13.5. 13.2.